character name?
My character name is Dizzy. I'm sorry, I'm wearing ear protection. It's hard for me to hear you right now.
Dizzy, what's it like doing this video game project? Is it different from other stuff you've done?
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a lot different, but it's fun. I'm having a good time doing it. It's different in so much as that there's not as much continuity in this particular game. Well, any game, I would think, because they have to film every option. Every option that the player has is different. So they have, you know, kind of an arduous schedule of shooting different options and things like that for the players to do. So it's not like just reading a straight script or filming a story. You have to film 10 different versions of a story, you know, depending on the choices that the player makes.
Like what are some of the things that you have to sort of do over and over? There are particular lines. You can play to me.
Well, let's see, there's, could you repeat the question?
What's one of your funny lines that you've had to do like a bunch of different ways?
The instruction lines aren't really all that funny, but some of the other lines are kind of funny. It's more the sight gags and the tricks and the things that Dizzy causes a lot of accidents around the set.
Like a couple of things have happened?
Yeah, a few things have happened so far. The whistle almost killed me and I broke a fishing pole. But I had a whopper on the line. I had to do it. It had to be done. But I caused people to fall in pits and fall over and get bonked on the head and run things over. And basically, you know, that's my job.
Are you a lot like Dizzy in real life?
I'm kind of a klutz. That's the only... Yes, I must be. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this job, right?
How different is the script for a video game than the script of another project you've done, like a film or commercial? Or...
It's not as story-like. I mean, usually there's a story that goes along. These are just different circumstances put together, so the continuity is real choppy.
Is Dizzy doing a lot of the instruction throughout?
Yeah, Dizzy does basically all the instruction on how to operate the machines once you're actually playing the game. So there's a lot of different variations on the same line that make it kind of tricky.
Like, push this button and...
Yeah, push this one, click that one, press that one. The A button, the D-pad, and the left arrow. So, you know, there's 3 different versions or 3 or 4 different variations on all the instructions. And it can get sort of tedious. But I'm having a good time.
Okay, say that again.
But I'm having a good time. Tape number 8.
What did you do with your hammer?
Focus on this guy.
What did you do with your hammer? Do you know what happened to your hammer?
The prop hammer?
Yeah.
No, they never gave it to me yet.
Not the prop hammer, the...
Yeah, we're rolling.
The regular hammer?
Yeah.
That was, Nuts had that.
They let you have the regular hammer, not just the prop
How does
hammer?
this get lowered down?
I'm supposed to have the prop hammer.
Did you guys do it?
Dizzy, when you were a little boy, were trucks a big favorite for you?
When I was a little boy, I used to play with big dump trucks.
Actually, I used to, it's a true story. My good family friend of ours owned a water truck company, the McClains, I think was their name. My mom will be glad I told this story. Mr. McClain he gave me these little motorized trucks back in, you know, the early 70s or whatever, when mechanized toys and things like that weren't really all that popular. And yeah, I had a water truck and a dump truck, and I used to love to play out in the yard. It was a lot of fun. I never really pictured that I'd be working on something like this, but wow, it's a twist of fate.
So do the trucks have a personality in this video game?
They will in the game. Right now they're just pretty much trucks, but I think that once they are perceived by young children doing the things that they do, and they'll have a life of their own, definitely.
Do you think kids will have a good time at the game?
I think they'll love it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, there's some guy who made like a zillion billion copies and a zillion $million of some video that he shot, just Big Bad Bulldozers or something, I think it was called. And so if that guy can do it, think of what a crew of professionals like us could do.
And describe Dizzy.
Dizzy, he's a kooky guy. He, you know, he's in charge of everything, and he's the main dude here. But he doesn't really know exactly what. He's a little clueless, which is, you know, true of many bosses, like Chris Eckberg, for example. No, just kidding. Just kidding, you're a good guy. Yeah, Dizzy stays out of trouble. He causes a lot of trouble for other people, but he pretty much stays clean himself, just like a boss. So, but he's a good boss. Very forgiving. Cool. No, actually, it's very hot.
When you stop stock tape?
Yeah, unless you have anything.